Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to make a basic Schranz / Hardtechno beat in Ableton. It involves some kick drums and some distortion. I'm going to show you basically how I used to do it back in the day. So we want to start out where everyone starts out, which is Club Sounds Volume 1. Now we want to explore some of the clubby kicks. Something like that. And maybe another one with a tail. There's one right there. There's that little tail at the end. I might want that. You'll see why later, maybe. Oh, that one's actually way better. Okay. There's another one there. And let's go back up here. And this is the one that I think everyone used. Yeah, so we have that. I'm going to set the BPM to 160 up here. But where we want it. And I want to not have a bar per se. I want to have a quarter bar. So just one kick looped over and over again. I'm going to loop that selection right there. Mute that. So I kind of like this one here. So this is the one right here. We're going to have that there. Right, that is our basic kick. So the idea is to basically distort that. I used something else back in the day. Nowadays, I really enjoy saturator because of its stereo imaging qualities. This saturator here, I'm going to bring the drive down and the fuzz down, leave the color off, and I'm going to bring the drive up to taste. All right, so we're there. We're going to leave it like that, and we're going to put an EQ before it. And we're going to leave that as is. So remember, that's our basic kick drum. We have our EQ and then our saturator. And yeah, we're going to move on. So we have this one here. So I want this one, something really kind of short. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to right click just for ease of use and select the 16ths grid here. So what happens is we have the kick kind of on, not the offbeat, but right around here, like right before. So check this out. I'm actually going to bring that down a little bit. Right, so we have that. I'm going to copy that and then paste it here. So it's like, right, I'm going to select this first one. I'm going to bring the volume down here. Select this one and then bring the volume down slightly. You can do this with side chaining, but I prefer to just kind of do it this way. And from here, usually the transpose is affected on these. And so I have this one up +2 semitones. I'm going to have this one maybe down. Right, so it's like, for those following along, 0, 2, and -3. Actually, I bring the drive a bit down. So from here, remember we had those tails that we wanted to keep? That one, and then there's this one. I kind of like this one, so I'm just going to snip that and then have that there. Right, so we have our tail. I'm actually going to start EQing because I EQ right away. High pass. And then we have this right here. That's pretty intense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the EQ before it's stuffed into the saturator. So I'm going to start just dragging around. Right, so I have that set like that. I'm going to close that. I'm going to have an EQ after. And I'm going to kind of get rid of these harmonics, tame them a bit. I'm using a narrow narrow filter. Hear that difference? And I bump a little bit of bass. You hear that? And that's just with EQing. So what I'll do, just for fun, is I will group these all up. And group. And then I can turn these all off, and we can see what it sounds like before and what it sounds like after. There's that boring Vengeance kick. And then here it is with. All right, so let's move on to these guys. What I want to do is kind of do the same thing. You know, it's a lot of distortion in these tracks, and that's just how the attitude was achieved. Buzz I leave, and then color. Let's play around with that. And then a really cool thing about saturator is you can stereo turbo. You basically do some stereo separation, just to make it sound a bit more interesting. And from here, maybe we can EQ and add a bit more color pre-saturator. Hear like the difference if we have an EQ or a filter before the saturator. Alright, so I'm going to EQ that after, and just because there's a little bit of low end going on there. And then I'm just gonna, it's already a high pass on there. So we've been at this for, 9 minutes. There's a part that's really important in these tracks. This is just a basic rundown. I'm gonna insert another audio track. And there is an important part, and that is the clap. We want to find a clap that is long, and you'll see why. Maybe this one, just for ease of use. I'm going to drop it in there. Have it like that. Shorten it a tad. Go into clip mode and then hit reverse. This is kind of like the secret. So we're going to take out a bit of that. I'm going to go narrow grid. I'm going to right click and show some fades. And this is kind of like manual side chaining. I don't know what you call it. And yeah, I'll just EQ that to tase. I'll actually say high pass. And the phone rang. Hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.